Excuse me. Hello? What? Well, no one mentioned it to me. I just assumed it was a 9:30 start. Right, okay, no, I'll handle it. I'm sorry, everybody. We're going to have to start the show again. You still there, Pete?
Yeah.
All right. Cue opening titles. Thank you very much. Thank you. Pointing at nobody. Thank you, but very kind.
But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good way. It's like pear-shaped.
Yeah.
So, it turns out the pear-shapedness is bigger than the height of Mount Everest above sea level.
Hey, who's out there on the other side? It's Bron, knock knock, to the absolute best humans on flat earth. Employment in Australia is tough right now. Feels like the whole system is falling apart and there are fewer real opportunities. I want to talk through my own journey through employment since COVID. How I went from working 20 years in the kitchen as a chef to bouncing between different roles, and what that's taught me about resilience and work. Before COVID hit, I was in a pretty stable spot. I'd been working in the one place as a chef for 11 years. The money was solid for kitchen work. I knew the job, I knew the people, and it felt like something I could do long term. Then COVID came along, and with it, pressures of taking the snake bite, the procedure that a lot of workplaces made mandatory. I chose not to take it, and after more than a decade in that kitchen, I lost my job because of it. I don't regret that at all. So after that, it took a while to get another job. I wasn't exactly spoiled for options, especially being unjabbed. So I ended up finding a group on Telegram, a Geelong Connect group, and found a job down the coast in a cafe. The owner of the cafe originally didn't want to take the snake bite, but was pressured into taking it to keep her business open. After she had the snake bite, she unfortunately had a heart attack. She decided to keep working, but was happy to hire me knowing that I hadn't had the snake bite. The little coastal cafe was extremely busy. The pay was decent and kept me going for a year or two. Once restrictions eased, places stopped checking for your status. I moved on to a bigger venue in Torquay, real close to Bells Beach.
Come on!
Con Dios.
What do you think you're doing? You let him go!
No, I didn't.
We'll get him when he comes back in!
He's not coming back.
by that point, I already knew deep down that I didn't want to continue cooking in the kitchen. So while I was at the club, I started actively looking for something different, something outside of hospitality. And that's when I landed a job in Melbourne as a butcher. It was my first role out of the kitchen. It was a big shift in routine. The commute alone was heavy, about 58 minutes each way. I had to be there at 5 in the morning, which meant waking up around 3:30 am. The roster was 7 days on, 7 days off. One week was 3 days long, 11 to 12 hour days. The next week was 4 days long, 11 to 12 hour days. So when you're on, that's literally all you're doing. Work, home, sleep, repeat. The money there was very good, but the work was a different type of demand. Instead of service pressure in the kitchen, it was constant physical strain. Standing for long periods, cutting meat, trimming fat, running the bandsaw, and repeating the same action for many hours. The kind of repetitive knife and machine work that causes strain injuries, especially in the wrists, forearms, shoulders, and upper back. So when you're using a knife or pushing meat through a bandsaw for hours on end, 6 to 8 hours to 9 hours a day, the strain built up and it just wasn't sustainable for me in the long term. Perhaps if I had lived a lot closer and could have a bit more time to recover, I may have stayed there longer. Eventually I managed to line up a job in Geelong at another meatworks. A new worker in Melbourne had been working in Geelong at this other meat place and heard that I was from Geelong and offered me to get a job there. At first I didn't think I would, but I decided to, after a week or two, take him up on his offer. So the new job in Geelong was 10 minutes away from my house, which instantly made life a little bit easier. The trade-off was money though. Instead of $1,300 a week, I'd get $800 to $900 a week. Upside was that I didn't have to pay for petrol, as much for petrol, but while this has all been happening, I have been testing the job market, and the reality is brutal. Over the last couple of years, I've sent out applications for well over 300 jobs, and almost nothing has come back. Some roles get 100 applicants or more within an hour. Even if you have the right licenses, like a heavy truck license, employers usually want experience on top of that, which makes it near impossible to break into a new field. This is happening across multiple sectors, not just hospitality. The culinary industry in Geelong is full of strong personalities, chefs that think they're Gordon Ramsay. These make work environments hard to work in and not attractive. Staying in that world is not attractive. Because of these factors, the instability, the competition, the health impact, and the personalities in some workplaces, I've seriously been looking at alternatives to standard employment. Platforms like Airtasker and similar gig marketplaces can offer short-term casual work, but they are also extremely competitive and can drive prices down as more and more people bid for the same jobs. So the plan at the moment is just to keep the job I'm in, while slowly and carefully looking at other opportunities outside traditional employment. That might be independent services like lawn mowing and handyman work, or deliveries or other skill-based jobs, and trying to look for something else. So I'll react to this video I saw earlier.
5 people who got a call back. So I just had a phone screening and I've just found out that this is a 5-stage interview process. So I've just passed the first round of the phone screening, which means I then get to have a interview. And if I pass this interview, then I get to do a case study. And if they like my ideas and all the work that I put into that case study, so the free work, I then get to meet the team in person. And then if the team like me, then I get to do some psychometric testing, which just takes a couple of hours to do online. And then if I pass that, they have to prefer me over their 2 internal candidates who are also going for this job, and then I might get an offer.
You've probably noticed that, and as I've been saying,
So yeah, it's pretty much what I've experienced too.
in all of my lives this year, the 2025 job market is actually quite dismal. If anything, it's worse than 2024, in my opinion anyway. Is that what you're thinking? Probably so.
So I'm not going to watch all this video, but Just go through the comments. Here's the video if you want to see it. Aussie Observer. This guy says try being 55 and looking for a job. So he's got 200 ups, 220 ups. And then further down, this guy, which is true, job market is collapsing by design. I agree with that. What else have we got here? So yeah, you can see these comments here. We don't make stuff anymore. So one guy says the published unemployment rate is way below the actual rate. It's all a lie. Guy from New Zealand, it's horrible. It's the same here in New Zealand. Lives are being ruined. So yeah, it's happening all over the world. I've heard it's like this in most of the Western countries. So Australia, New Zealand, Canada, America. So we're getting a lot more population. They're letting a lot more people in, and then there's just not enough jobs. And they're saying, this guy says, yet millions of immigrants are still on the way. Here's a good one. If you earn it, they tax it. If you spend it, they tax it. If you save it, they tax it. If you invest it, they tax it. If you build it, they tax it. If you live in it, they tax it. If you drive in it, they'll tax it. If you eat it, they'll tax it. If you give it away, they'll tax it. It's true. Like. So this guy's saying he's a qualified mechanic and has no issues getting hired. Well, that's probably true, because he's staying in his industry, and there are, there is a shortage of mechanics. So this is happening globally. I was in Germany last month, and it's dog eat dog there. So it is a worldwide phenomenon, caused, of course, by the evil controllers. It's all part of the design to collapse us, bring in their new world order. Same here in Canada. So anyway, that's that. I'll leave a link to this video in my comment section. So this was a slightly different video from the same guy, but it got taken down because of a copyright claim. But I've been using Notta AI, and you can go through the YouTube video and it'll just summarize it for you, so you can see the summary and go through the video quicker. Some of the statistics: unemployment jumped by 0.2% to 4.5% in September. Australia's unemployment rate has reached 4.5%. So this was in 2020. This was in 2024. Job advertisements declined by 3% nationally. So yeah, you can see what's happening. So entry-level positions require extensive experience, so I've experienced that. Wage stagnation and rising cost of living, yes, that's happening as well. So not only are there less jobs, the money is worth less, and the cost of living paying for rent is more as well. Casual employment offering no job security. Employees treating workers as disposable resources. So yeah, you can actually give you the timestamps and you can go through. Oh, but this video is taken down, so no longer there. But then you can also ask it questions. Oh, I can't get it over there. I'll move it over here. So you can ask it questions like, can you find any info in this video about job applications? I'll do, so spell it wrong, and then yeah, it'll show you. So one person applied for 3,000 jobs in a month, received only 100 responses. Job ads on LinkedIn can get over 100 applicants within an hour. Applicants per job ad have increased by 11%, meaning more competition for each role. Tailor your CV for different roles. These are application strategies. So yeah, you can ask questions and it'll find it in the video for you. Saves a lot of time, especially if you've watched a video or you've listened to one and you want to go back and find it, and it's got multiple things in the video you want to find. You can just find it quite quickly. Saves a lot of time. It's called Notter anyway, if you wanted to know. So I'm just going to react to this guy's video. He's an Aussie, Chris Boy, and it's about the upcoming digital ID for YouTubers. So let's check it out.
Hi, my name's Chris. I live in Australia, and the end of my YouTube channel is near, and the end of every other Australian YouTuber's channel is near. We're about to start losing large chunks of subscribers. Our views are about to completely tank, and for the Australian viewer,
Well, it's not really about subscribers for me, but yeah, that's a bit shocking.
Hunter out there watches these videos. Many of you are about to lose the ability to like, to leave comments, or even subscribe to your favourite creators. Online freedom of speech is under attack in Australia by an e-safety commission, where they want online accounts to be age verified and registered to an ID so they can act and operate online, to leave comments, to like a video, to be part of an online community. Now, I'm hyper aware on my audience, many of the people who watch this, that a large chunk of you do not want digital IDs. You will not participate in digital IDs. You do not want the government having a digital ID tracking and tracing you everywhere you go. You don't want biometrics of yourself stored by the government so they know exactly what you look like and they can
Absolutely, we don't want that. It's disgusting. I can't believe they're going to get away with this.
recognise you if they implement biometrics tracking elsewhere across society later on down the track. Next month in December, digital ID and age verification is rolling out across Australia, and you know what? It's voluntary, but if you don't do it, you lose access to everything. So how voluntary is that really? So next month it's going to start off first with the social media accounts for age verification, making sure you're 16 or older to use it, so under 15s can't use social media, which means every person 16 or an adult has to prove that they're over 16 now, so they have to submit ID for it. So it starts with age verification on the 10th, and then on the 27th rolls out larger for digital ID and digital verification for your online searches, say a Google search. You need to...
Yeah, so it's not very good at all. It's just paving the way for the mark of the beast. And it's not good at all, and I can't believe they're that there's no one really, apart from this guy, there's not many people standing up against it. I won't watch the whole video, but if you want to check it out, it's Chris Boy. The end of my channel is near. We will read the comments though, because it's interesting. Some people think that we won't have to actually show ID because YouTube will figure it out. Let's check out these comments. So there is a lot of, yeah, we've had a gutful, alright. It is a joke. It's an absolute joke, the Australian government has become. One guy, I escaped China to Australia, now Australia is turning into China, yep. Digital ID is a hacker's paradise. The government are definitely the enemy of the people. VPN producers will be rubbing their hands together. Let's have a look at the comments. So they're saying, some people saying VPNs are included in the ban. VPNs will be banned. They're targeting independent media because no one trusts the controlled media and it's tanking. That's true. Well, there's still a lot of people watching mainstream, but there's a lot of people that have woken up as well. I mean, about time, really. Next is social credit system. It's a shame Australia has come to this. Well said, Chris. No to digital ID. We don't live in China. Well, even China shouldn't have to have put up with this either. So a lot of people saying they're going to be offline, no more YouTube. Yet to see how they're going to police this, and Australians are too complacent. Most don't have a clue how this is going to impact them. Yes, I reckon that's true. People should have resisted more when we had the CV-19 pandemic. That was just a dry run. So yeah, I think people should have resisted more, but they didn't, did they? George Orwell warned everyone, but Aussies wanted to protest about Palestine and things in the far-off lands, whilst the bureaucrats, banksters and their prostitutes spoil the frogs. Ulch, welcome to Venezuela. Install a VPN, the only way forward, do it now. Already done it. I heard Britain is looking into banning VPNs. Eventually they'll ban those too, and you'll need ID, defeating half of its purpose. VPN won't work because they use 2FA, and as soon as they see you have an Aussie mobile, bye-bye. So there is no 2FA on YouTube, so maybe that doesn't, maybe they still will work. Not sure yet. They'll spend money on VPN trackers to hunt down VPN users. Don't worry, the government will tell us all we need to know. Oh my. The comments are funny though, safe and effective. Yet here we go again. Mr. Albanese, I'm here to help. Of course he is. What a joke. So of course these guys are being sarcastic. The government ain't gonna help us. They can't fix themselves, and why would they fix themselves? Telegram and BitChute ready to explode. Australia is the ultimate nanny state. Or is it something more sinister? Since the Australian public showed that they were weak and easily controlled during COVID, the government knows that they can get away with anything. What the? This is actually insanity. How do I leave this hellhole? Yeah, well, it's like how the vaccine was optional, but without it you weren't going to be able to go anywhere. So from using Grok, which research is better than I ever could, companies will use multiple soft measures to determine whether you're an adult. Behavioral patterns, facial video, account creation date, contents consumed, kids to TV shows, with digital ID as a last resort. Hopefully most adults won't be impacted and those under 16s removed. Tech companies seem to be confident most adults won't be impacted. Hope for the best. Well, hopefully I won't have to use an ID. So this guy says the same thing basically, or I don't know, this person says the same thing. I asked Grok and it gave me a detailed answer. They already have our number and it's unlikely they will require us to verify. These are some of the methods they will use: biometric scans, facial age estimation via third-party tools like KID, document checks, passports, driver's licenses, and MyGov linked verification, financial signals, bank card age linked checks without storing details, behavioral analysis, device usage patterns, or account history. If they use facial age estimation, they're never going to come after me. And the person smiles. Of course, I could be wrong, but these platforms know how old we are and will try to avoid pissing off their users as much as possible, because they know there will be resistance from many users and that hurts the platform. Yes, this is just the beginning. I doubt we will be affected at this stage. Now we just need to do what we can to make sure as many people resist future initiatives to push us into digital ID as possible. So let's hope that we won't have to use any of our passports and driver's licenses, but it's still absolutely just disgusting what they're doing. It's unbelievable, but it's also not unbelievable because we know like what they're like. So hopefully the restrainer is released soon and the truth will get out there, because we really need to be able to share these videos and get the word out about what's going on. I mean, people should actually know by now. We need the censorship gone so that we can have, you know, a good crack at getting all this information out there, so people that need to wake up can wake up. So that's what I think about this, and yeah, it's good that he's done this video. I hope people find it. Obviously people have found it. As to what's going to happen, whether I'm going to be taken off YouTube or not, because I don't think that I want to share my ID just to get onto the internet. So hopefully this doesn't block me from the internet by the end. Was it December sometime? Yeah, so hopefully it doesn't block me from the internet, because I've set sort of an idea of what I want to achieve this year, and I do want to start doing a regular video, at least one every 2 weeks. It gives me enough time to research and set up the style or art or type of video that I want to do. So that's my plan, that's what I want to do, so hopefully I'll be able to do that. So yeah, if you want to check out his video, it's called The End of My Channel Is Near. I'll leave a link in the description under my video. So the last thing I want to talk about in this video today was government spending, and it's absolutely appalling. How can they get away with this? Let's just have a look at this video and I'll react to it after it.
This is one of the more extraordinary cases of government waste we've seen in a long time. The Environment Minister, Murray Watt, has tasked the Bureau of Meteorology's new head, Stuart Minchin, to get on top of this issue after the Bureau told taxpayers the website cost under $5 million. It's now cost nearly $100 million, and it's a website that many had criticised because rain radars weren't showing locations accurately, and farmers had said that they were unable to find where rainfall totals were. The Bureau has revealed that the website itself cost $79.8 million, and security for the website cost $12.6 million. Eddie, this will be a focus, I'm sure, in question time as Federal Parliament returns here for the final sitting week of the year, a cost that the Minister and the Bureau will really have to explain to taxpayers. This is one of the more extraordinary...
So, I mean, this is just terrible. They're complaining that they've, you know, that the economy's all bad and that, and they're spending 79 million? 79.8 million. $79.8 million on a website. Far out. I could have done it for $1 million. No, but that's just ridiculous, don't you think? Like, that is just... The government is out of control. Absolute bunch of muppets. Anyway, that's what's happening down in Australia. Oh, what's that? Ooh, camera. That can't be right. Isn't that meant to be like this? Oop, oop. Yeah, because I'm upside down in Australia. I'm meant to be like this. Just kidding, but yeah, that's what people say as well. Makes me... It's unbelievable. Unbelievable people actually believe that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, or a comment if you feel like it. See you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile.